Hi guys, how you doing? It's James, JT at the movies, and I'm down in my basement and not a horrible dungeon where I'm being kept prisoner. And I'm bringing you the first part of the vlog series that I promised, where I'm going to show you the conversion of this basement into our new sort of movie room. I think I'm going to call it the movie cave. We're probably going to have a bit of a bat cave, bit of a Batman theme because I'm a Batman nut. And so I think this is going to be a series in 2 or 3 parts, most likely 3. But this first part is probably going to be about the sort of the digging out and the start of the tanking, and then we'll sort of go from there. But let's take a look at the progress so far, shall we?
Well, folks, it's day 1 of the basement conversion into the movie room, and as I promised, I will try and document this for you. And as it stands as well, we're also 3 days now away from my little boy being born, which is mental. And so it's all going on at once, gluttons for punishment. I'll just give you a look round. You can't really see much in there, but it's just understairs storage. And then in there is a room which would have been the old coal hole, but my building guys and my uncle that's leading them have basically said that it's going to be too wet to try and tank, so we're better off filling it and bricking it off and pretending it never existed. So shame, because it's a good old space in there, but I trust their judgment. And then that's the window sort of well, if you like, that's going to be replaced with the new ventilation system. So let me give you an idea. So the first thing that's happening today is these flags on the floor are, sort of proper old stone. So they're getting taken up by a team that's actually buying them off us, which is great. And then whatever will happen to them. Then my uncle's going to dig down about 25 centimetres or whatever, and his guys are going to do that, which is going to give us some more headroom. Because I know you can't see, but hopefully sort of where I'm holding the cameras about eye line gives it away from you that there's not as much headroom in here as there would be a normal room, which is why I am having the dilemma about the shelves. So, other things being equal, I'll step back a bit so you can see this whole wall. I'm wanting to put my DVDs across that wall, because that's obviously where the bulk of my collection sort of is. And then I'm wanting to, against this wall, put all my Blu-rays. And then everything that needs to come back down here that was basically from, being stored down here anyway, we've sorted through it, and I'm very hopeful that it will go in the understairs cupboard and then stack floor to ceiling there, and then we're going to get some sort of unit initially just to stand in line with about where those pipes are, to sort of cover it up. I think in the fullness of time, the eventual idea is to build sort of a cupboard into it so that it's, hidden out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. And then the same will be done over here where all the meters and stuff are for the electrics and whatever else. Then we'll be able to use underneath the meters as a bit of extra storage. Then where the sort of the fireplace is, if you can call it that, is where the TV unit's going to be. So we will obviously get a telly and players and some sort of unit that fits in there. And about where I'm stood here is where the first recliner chair is going to go, and then here's about where the second's going to go. So then across this wall, there'll be smaller shelves with all like my special collections, my Harrison Fords, Nick Cage, Scooby-Doo, Marvel, DC, all that sort of stuff. You have to forgive me, I'm a bit stuffed up today. So if I don't quite sound myself, that's why. And then obviously some posters and things like that on that wall. At the moment, that's the only outlet down here. So I'm going to look to have that one brought down there anyway. I'm going to have some put in there, obviously. And then we're hoping as well to get, not very movie related, but unfortunately needs must, a second freezer for the house down here. So I'm hoping to have a socket down here as well. The idea being, because this is the stairwell, is that obviously this will all be tanked and painted as well. And then this will just be covered with movie posters and whatever else so that you really get the idea. We'll have to, because of the way the stairs are, keep this bit of flooring in here. So you'll come down the steps, have this little bit of a landing, and then step down into this room. So that's about as much as I can tell you for now, guys. So we'll jump on to the next clip now, which I'll be shooting God knows when, but for you it'll be instantaneously. So folks, it's the start of the third day of the project now. Yesterday the guys spent the day digging this half of the floor out, and we've got this bit to go. And then in here as well, the little corridor going up the stairs. The old coal hole, as I mentioned, is too damp to use, so the rubble's going in there to help fill it up. And that's basically the update for you today. So I would imagine by the end of today, this bit will be dug and done. And then there's concrete going in, which is the next step. And then they can start tanking the walls and worrying about resurfacing. Relocating the electrics and the plumbing and things like that, which I didn't realise was going to happen as part of it. I thought because we're doing this sort of reasonably cost-effective, shall we say, that things like this would just be sort of boxed in and left where they are. But no, we're going to try and hide them and sort of, keep them out of the way, sort of thing. So it's we'll see how we go. It's an evolving project as it goes, but I'm very happy with the progress so far in here. It's pretty cool. Well, we're down in the cellar again, folks, for the next little bit of the update. This one's short and sweet, just to say that all the digging out is done. As you can see, the little room that was there has been filled in with all the rubble and will be finished blocked off tomorrow. The sump pump sort of well, if you like, is in, and so that's sort of, I think, how high the ground's going to come back up. And yeah, concrete's going in tomorrow, so I'll update you with that. Short and sweet for this little bit. Latest update. All the tanking gear's been delivered. And the floor has been cemented. So it's been dug down about 20 centimetres. All the old stone floor that I showed you earlier on in the little video has obviously been replaced, dug out, and covered in concrete, which is set nicely. So the guys have had this stuff delivered. The tanking experts are coming tomorrow to sort of show how it all needs to be set up. Now, it's going to be snug down here for headroom. So just to sort of give you an idea. Well, I can't really give you an idea, can I? But it's going to be quite snug. My head's going to come to, probably sort of where these pipes are here, sort of thing. So it's going to be cosy. But the idea is, obviously, that it's extra space we wouldn't have had before. And also, we're going to be sat down in here when we're watching the TV or whatever. So if it's a little bit of a duck sort of thing to get in, well, that's not the end of the world, is it? It's space we wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm quite content with it, just to store my movies. So I'll see you in the next part of the update. A new day, and the tanking has begun. So let's come over here and show you where the bulk of the work's been done. So, as you can see, this wall's been fully tanked. Now, slight change of plan to what I told you earlier in the vlog. There is now actually going to be a window going in sort of around here because it was cheap enough to do, and my uncle checked with the damp proofing guys and they thought that it would really make sense in terms of ventilation. So somewhere along this wall as well, there's going to be a vent pumping to the outside. The sump pump is there. So all that will be connected up into the channeling and the drains and whatever else that's going to go around the room. That'll be kind of like the last thing that goes on before the floor. So as you can see, this is all the wall stuff. This black stuff is the floor stuff. And then the black panelling at the bottom is sort of a connecting piece, if you like, and it'll all be taped and connected together. So they filmed, that's what I'm doing. I'm baby braining as well, guys, because got the 4-day-old young lad upstairs, and he's taking some settling in, bless him. But he's doing grand. But yeah, so they've done that, and they've done up the stairs and whatever else sort of thing. So it just needs battening there, and then round the corner, and then obviously this wall will be done across there, and then I think they're leaving this wall until last because it's going to be a bit of a bugger, as I'm sure you can imagine, with all the gas works and the electric board and whatever else, and the ins and outs of the fireplace. And then these battens will then be double battened, I've been told, sort of again this way, so that they can fit this sort of insulation in there, and then they'll be ready for plasterboarding. So yeah, it's all slowly but surely coming together. And they can't really bring anything else down here until they get all this lot in place. So it's sort of one of them where all this lot's going to need to go on the walls and wherever else it needs to go before they can bring any of the rest of the supplies through. Like there's the rest of the sump pump over here to fit, and that all needs to be connected down here. And then the old little coal room that's in there and is still sort of partially blocked off. There's a bit there. That's where one of the vents is going to go, and the exit pipe's going to go in there, and whatever else. So that's all going to be taken care of too. My uncle's seeing if a plumber can move that onto that back wall so that we can sort of box it in as a, have a cupboard across there. And then, as I think I might have mentioned in an earlier part, there's going to be a heater for the room down there. So that'll be nice for keeping it toasty. But yeah, it's all coming together. All coming together. Back down here again, folks. And the next part of the vlog, the tanking has now gone onto this back wall. And it's gone up the stairs as well. So the stairs are going to be, basically, they're going to be a little bit slimmer than this, because obviously they're going to have to build a wall onto it and stuff like that, and then the top of it up there is going to get skimmed, and the back of the stairs are going to get boxed in. So it'll be cosy to come down, but it will do the trick. But it's all going well. And then round here, you can't really see it, so I'm not going to go in, but that goes under, and they've tanked under there as well. So I've got a, full sort of understairs cupboard, as it were, that I'm going to put a lot of stuff that was already down here under there, so that it's all sort of hidden away. And then I'm definitely going to do the sort of the batten shelving across that wall for the DVDs. It just makes sense, and I think it will be a really, really good use of the space. I don't know how many we'll get on there, but we'll find out. If we need to sort of come round that wall a bit and do some there, then we will, and whatever else. And there'll be ways and there'll be means to make it all work. And I'll make sure that I know where all my beams are and stuff, so that I can drill into them if I need to mount more and stuff like that. But for this wall that I've just shown you, the wall that's just been tanked today, I was just talking to my mother-in-law about it, but I was actually thinking that I might try and salvage the shelves that I've got upstairs. I will have to cut them down to fit. But so long as I can cut them down at a reasonable space and they don't look like crap, they look like cut down mid-shelf or something and look really janky, then I will use them and sort of create a little bit of a, nearly tripped over then, but a little bit of an L shape that comes out about here to sort of just cover this sort of area here that's going to be storage for things, and then just little, I don't know, whatever there, but the TV cabinet and unit thing's going to be here. I've got a really quirky idea for a TV stand. I've got some really old PA speakers that my dad helped me get, along with some inheritance that I got from an aunt and uncle that passed away when I was really young. Sort of start me on my music road, and I've no real practical use for them live anymore. And I was thinking about selling them, and then I was actually thinking that they would convert quite easily into a quirky little unit. If I got a glass top and some feet for the speakers and sort of, cleverly fixed them together or whatever, and it might look a bit quirky and a bit different. So I'm probably going to do that, or at least I'm going to bring them down here and see how they look when the room's a bit more, obviously finished. Before I commit to it, but that's an idea I'm exploring. Obviously the TV will go there. Still to be decided what's going to be done with all the the power supply stuff and the meters and everything over there. It'll all be boxed in, but how and whether or not anything can be moved so it's all on that back wall is to be explored. As I say, there's going to be a window going there where those sort of that cross section is there, and then there's going to be power fitted all over the room and stuff. And so I've got some shelves upstairs that will fit down here already quite nicely. So yeah, it's coming along really well. And so that brings us to the end of part one of this journey. So not really much in the way of movies in this at all. In fact, no movies whatsoever, just some plans and the start of the conversion. But hopefully it's something that you found interesting. You'll have to let me know, and I can make sure that I shape the further parts of this little series sort of, based on your feedback. But I'm really enjoying this as well. And as I'm filming this intro and outro for you as well, our little lad's here as well, so it's great, but tiring having him at home as well. So we're really looking forward to getting this into being a usable space so that we can start making his bedroom sort of a little perfect little haven for him as well. But thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember to leave your comments and your thoughts down below in that section. I do love to chat to you. I might be a bit sort of slack at getting back to you at the moment, given how busy we are with the new baby and everything, but I will get back to you and make sure I at the very least react to them as soon as I possibly can. Drop me a thumbs up on the video. Let's YouTube, lets me know that you like these sort of videos and to keep making this
this sort of content. And if you're coming across me for the first time, hi, hello, nice to meet you. Please think about subscribing to the channel. It means the world to me. It means I get to know you in future videos better as well. And of course, it helps my channel to grow as well. Above all else, as I always say, take care of yourselves, and I will see you for the next video really soon. Bye for now.